Today I'm going to solve some puzzles and play some games. Let's get started. So here you can see that he just played the black just played knight h5, just attacking this bishop. But we can always we can take this. There is this candidate move, but knight takes g3 is a forced move, so we cannot take now. But this black knight is still hanging here. So we must play something here. What are the candidate moves? Yeah, there is a candidate move of f7, and if a king takes, knight in d5, check, and if knight into e5 plays, then queen into h5 check, and king should move. Maybe king e4 plays to e6, then queen f5 check. So no king e6, I think. Maybe if king goes to f6, bishop h4. Maybe queen f5. But bishop f7, I think, is a move to consider. After bishop f7, king f7, knight into e5 check, played, can be played, and knight takes, queen takes knight, and king goes to f6. But you can play moves like knight e3, knight g4, but I think bishop f7 is a move which can be played. Okay, so knight in b5 is of course. I'm going to h5. So as you can see here, if king f6, then f4, yeah. And if knight goes to d7, then queen f5 check, yeah, mate. And knight f7, e5. So we cannot stop it. So that's it, bishop f7. Here he played h5 and queen is in attack. So if queen moves, suppose let's say to d6, knight will play e6, yeah. There is a discard attack. There is an attack at the king. So we must do something about it. What can we play? Well, here as you can see, the a3 pawn is about to be queen. So we can also play a2 here as well. Also, so I think a2 is also an move to be considered. Or else, what can we play? Rook f4, queen into. The game is over. We cannot attack this queen, so we cannot counter attack. We should move our queen or a2. Moving the queen is tough actually. Since queen f6 gives 96 check. So if we say queen at h5, no. So there are queen f6, queen f6. Queen g7 can also be played here. But unfortunately h6 can also be came. Maybe queen g7, queen e6. Maybe. Queen g7, maybe queen goes to e6. and king goes to h8, knight goes to f5, queen into knight into knight, and it's just tough. Queen a6 check, and king here lives in knight f5. Or queen g7, knight f5 can also be played. And I think it's just look into pawn into a2, and queen can also go to maybe d1. Even the queen into knight, maybe we can consider then maybe queen g7, knight f5, maybe just rook into pawn into and maybe just a2, resulting in queen d1 and queen into knight, which I think maybe is a move to think. So queen g7 is an alternative. Queen f6, no, knight e6 check, and knight into rook. And queen goes back, and there is no other move. Maybe queen g7 is better. Hmm. Hmm. There are no other moves to think here. I think so. I think queen g7. a2 queen. Maybe king goes to h2. Maybe. And what can we do? There is nothing to do there. So queen g7 I think is a move to consider. Queen g7. What can he play? Check. King h1. h8. Maybe h6. But queen into knight. Just bad. Queen g1. Okay. Serrano says a2 queen won't result in much good things. Maybe what can be played? Queen f6, h6, or maybe just a2. Two queen check, and maybe queen goes to e1 is also a wrong move. So queen should move. Where? f6, 96. What can we play here? f4. If rook f4, queen takes, pawn takes, and pawn takes queen a2. Maybe rook f4. Yeah, that's the thing. If queen g7, then h6. Queen g6 and knight goes to f5. And even though a2, just rook takes a7. Okay, and knight takes this to knight takes queen. J8, knight takes queen, J king D8 and queen E6. That's the problem. H6 is the problem. But rook F4 is actually perfect. Takes. I thought we will lose the rook in rook F4 variation, but I forgot that this pawn is playing A2. So if queen goes, let's say maybe E6, just queen and queen. The game is over. And let's say queen goes to maybe D7, then queen and G5. And the game is over literally. He cannot do anything about it. The pieces are so. Knight F5, just A2. Takes, queen takes. Queen check, queen here. Queen check, king h8. The game is over. Okay, one check. Okay, that's the thing. Yeah, I missed it. Okay, bishop to d2. h4 can be played. b4 needs to take. Maybe after h4 takes, or maybe just takes. Bishop b1, h3, bishop g3 checking here. Yeah, 3 pawns extra for black here. h4, g4 maybe? Maybe I think so. Maybe g4, h4 is also bad maybe, yeah. It's tough. h4 leads to g4 I think. h3, maybe king goes bishop to c3 check. Maybe h4 g4 will be played I think. And the pawn on g5 is still bad. h5, oh sorry, h4. Okay. Playing g4 won't result in any good move. It's just a burden for black. Just taking is the best I think. g4. Maybe king goes to f2 and this pawn is coming. And I don't think we win that one. I'm trying this. Okay. Not these two moves. The question is, king, should it go to f5 or should it go to d5? Well, I think I should go to f5 since bishop is stopping these pawns. We cannot do anything. But I think king f5 maybe. Ah, sorry. F5 is a bad move. F5. If king f5, king goes to f2. Okay. Now that's the problem. Yeah, king into. Okay. So this check, then king goes where? Where there will be two kind of moves. One is knight h4 and another one is king g8. Suppose let's say the king goes to g8 and no knight takes c7 I think. Knight takes c7, yeah. Double check what he can do. Okay, h3 check. If king goes to g8, knight takes c7. Of course, king should move to f8 and knight takes g6 is a clear checkmate. So, if rook h3 is played, knight h4 is a mandatory move. Mandatory move. And after rook takes, of course, still king g8 is bad. So, king will go to g6. So, that's the plan. And if king goes to g6, then what can we play? Well, we must do something. F5 check is a move which can be played and king goes to f7. Okay, 1 minute. Rook h3, knight h4, rook takes, king g6 mandatory, and f5. So, king must go back to f7. That's for sure. And knight goes to f4. Check. And king goes to f8, rook h8. Knight g8, rook takes, king e7, knight g6. I think it's a checkmate. Rook h3. Of course, we should capture this. f5, king f7, knight f4. So what he will play? Knight d5, of course, bishop takes. And rook e6. f5, king here. Knight f4 check. And if he plays knight d5, bishop takes. Rook here, pawn into. And then bishop goes back. f5 knight into pawn is also there. Maybe knight into e7. Then what? Yeah, knight into e7 is the correct move. What can he play? Can the king move? Not to this, not here, not here, not here. Of course, he should capture maybe let's say queen into and f5. He cannot stop the checkmate. f5 is a clear checkmate. Yeah. So if king goes to g6, f5, these two knight into pawn. So knight takes e7 check and queen into and f5. And the game is over for black. So he played rook e8 and queen h7 he played. Oh my god. Very big checkmate. Okay, so he played knight into g4. There are two ways to capturing this knight, or maybe just intermezzo, or maybe just bishop to c4, lish to queen at c4. And the game is over for black. So bishop to c4 is not a move at all to consider right now. Maybe queen into lish to queen into pawn into and bishop into bishop which leads to an end. So if f takes e4, let's take into consideration. Still it's tough for black. You see these bishops are flying here and these knights are coming here. All the even rook is aiming here and all the pieces are on the king's side for white, aiming at the king's side. Well, black pieces are little bad speaking. If bishop takes e3, like I said, knight to d2 will be played and bishop into g1 can be played. Yeah. And if bishop into king b1, just bishop into bishop, queen into, and pawn into knight. The game is over for white there. So bishop into pawn, I think knight will go back to b2, then bishop into rook, bishop into bishop, queen into, knight into. Bishop into e3 can be considered here. Okay, if king goes to b1, bishop into, queen into, or if pawn into, then queen into, the game is over. So bishop into pawn, king not moves. Maybe to d1, then bishop into still the same. So bishop into knight goes to d2 maybe. Bishop into, queen into, knight into, and bishop into rook at the end. Even queen c3 can be played. Let's say bishop into knight d2, bishop into bishop, pawn into, and bishop into rook, queen c3 can be played. Yeah, that's the plan. So bishop into king, no, knight d2. Bishop into e3, king goes to b1. No, knight goes to d2. Bishop into bishop, pawn into. Sorry. Just a look here. Threatening queen into pawn. And if king goes to b1, queen inside. I think bishop into e3. I don't prefer any kind of move except that. Yeah, bishop into the as you can play. Knight d2 has been played. So if bishop into rook plays, queen goes to c3, which leads to utter explosion in this dark color square. So maybe bishop into bishop, forcing him to take with the pawn. And rook c8. If bishop into bishop, if he plays queen c3, then bishop d5, it just pins the king here. I think that's the best move, bishop into bishop. Pawn into rook c8. Any other move? If he plays king to b1, then queen into f3, queen c3, bishop to knight check, queen into bishop into bishop. Queen d4. Yeah. Queen into knight can also be played, but queen c3, bishop into d2. Queen into d2, bishop into c4, queen to d4. Bishop into bishop, I think it's bad move. Yeah, it's bad. If this endgame goes to, if this middle game goes to endgame, white is two pieces and we have only rook. I think it's too much because the minor pieces are really, really too big. Queen into knight is a must play, I think, for endgame conversion. Mm, If bishop into rook, let's say queen c3, the game is too big, maybe. Okay, queen goes to c3, maybe just king g f7. Maybe check king here, or maybe just bishop into bishop check. Queen into queen c7. I mean, it's too much. I prefer queen into bishop of all these moves. Queen into knight of all these moves. Yeah, it's wrong. It says bishop into also wrong. Yeah. Maybe just bishop and bishop. Yeah, it says that one only. Yeah, that's the problem. If bishop to queen into knight, yeah, that's the queen and queen c3, bishop into queen into, yeah. Bishop into c4 is the baddest move. Knight d4. Is one can get more. and any other boss as a candidate. Maybe knight and d5. Bishop to d5. Pawn into f4. Knight and d5, knight d4. These two are knight d4, pawn into bishop f4. Bishop e7. Bishop goes to d6. Yeah, and if castle, I think maybe it's just an end of the attack. Knight d4, pawn takes, bishop h6, check. Knight e7, bishop in g7 to g8, bishop f6. Maybe knight d4 can also be considered as a good move. Knight d4, what if it doesn't take? What if it just moves the queen? c4, knight into bishop, and the game is just over there. So, if knight d4, the only move is queen d3, which is to protect the bishop. If queen goes to d3, let's say if queen goes to the d3 square, maybe knight into pawn can be played but cancelled. Just end. So knight d4, queen d3. Maybe rook to b3. And if queen goes to a6, knight and bishop, the game is over. Okay. Of course, after knight d4, you must take. And after taking, bishop g5 can be played, and king f8, bishop into knight, pawn into bishop e7, and bishop can also be played. But bishop e4 can also come. But I think knight d4. Knight takes, bishop takes c, I think. Maybe bishop to where? c5, f6. It's just tough. Knight d4 is more realistic. Pawn takes, bishop g5, king f8. I think knight d4. Yeah, knight d4 is the only move. And now is the real question. What should we play with the bishop? Should we take on d4? Should we play to g5? Suppose if bishop, of course d2 now, c1, these are less moves. All the moves are thinkable. Four moves, which are straightly thinkable. If let's say bishop maybe f4, So bishop is attacked. So bishop should move. E7 and okay, bishop d6. Let's see. Just casual it. Bishop, then bishop into bishop, knight into rook into, and it's just equal. And black has name. Will play c5, and this is just maybe not c5, but immediately maybe rook to c8. Game is over. If bishop into if bishop f4, bishop e7, I don't think there is a good move. Maybe bishop into d5, pawn into can be played. Bishop f4 check can also be played maybe. But if king f8, bishop into bishop, king g8, what to play? Bishop f4, bishop e7, bishop d5 is also there. Maybe bishop f4. Bishop e4 cannot be played. Knight e3, bishop into bishop. The game is over. Pawn into will be coming. Okay. Bishop into d4, bishop d7. Maybe bishop into d4. More accurate. But king f8 maybe played. And then it's just tough. I prefer bishop f4, knight e3, bishop and bishop just. And pawn and the game is over. So after bishop f4, is there any defense? King d8, bishop into bishop, and bishop and knight will come. It's tough. Knight e7, bishop into bishop, the game is over. Castle, queen into bishop, knight. And the game was over. If let's say bishop goes to g5, then bishop e6. Okay, that's the problem. And there is nothing. The game is over. Any other move except for bishop f4 would have been gone. Okay, let's play some games then. Okay, 10 plus 0. E4. Here, bought it there. He played E4, I will play C5. That's 3 and D6. D4 takes knight f6. Knight bishop b5. Okay. Knight d7 or what? Okay. Bishop d7. Okay. A6. If it takes, knight takes, it's just still development. Okay, he plays bishop c4. Let me play e6. Bishop to d7. Knight goes to c6 and even takes. And bishop c6 at right time. So he played knight f3 to avoid knight into d4, maybe. Castle. Bishop to g5. So bishop into queen into pawn is the threat. Here knight into e4, bishop into bishop, knight into c3, bishop into queen, knight into queen, and bishop should escape. Maybe to c7. And is there a way out for knight? Knight takes b2, close to b1. Yeah. There is no way escape. There's no escape there. And maybe knight to e5, knight takes, pawn takes, bishop goes to c6. Maybe knight e5 to c6, queen c7. If it okay, he takes there. Knight takes knight. If he takes with the queen, I'll take with the bishop. Or if he takes with the pawn, okay, maybe pawn into bishop. If bishop into bishop, queen into pawn, bishop into knight, pawn into... Yeah, it's tough then. Maybe queen g5 check, king h1, maybe bishop to c6. Or maybe just pawn bishop. King h1, king h8. f4 is the move what he plays. Trying to play f5. Let's play b5. Attacking with b4. Knight comes there. And if it goes king h1, let's play just king h8. And if he plays f5, b4, and if knight goes to e2, okay, he just protects it. Protects there. f5 is the big plan. Maybe just king to h8. Yeah, he played king to h1. Bishop to c6. f3. Queen b6, queen e3 can be played. f5 takes. Okay, Just rook g8. Let's rook to g3. There. I'll take with the rook. And if it takes, I'll play queen to f2. Protecting this and this. Where? How? g4 should be played. And I will play rook to g8. Check and f5. Maybe check will come. I should be careful little. Maybe check if g4, then rook g8, h5. Yeah. Okay, so in g1 no, he cannot do it. So I think g4, check, king here, and maybe just h5. Just opening this. Let queen into queen e2. What's his plan? G1, then this pawn. He should play queen e3 now. No. Okay. What did he just play? Takes. Takes bishop. Okay. 95. Maybe queen instead and queen into pawn would have been better. King g1, rook check, and of course queen into 3 check, queen g2, queen h5. Exchange this and takes 95, bishop d8, and pawn takes pawn. And or maybe just bishop to d7. No, just take it. 95, bishop d8. Or maybe 95, pawn into knight into bishop, bishop b7. Yeah, it's too much, maybe. 95. Oh no, he takes that one. And just F5. F4 here. And F4, E3 can also be played. 95, bishop takes, rook C8. Okay, plus this move. G5, king D4, bishop F6. Check. And bishop into knight. Goes to wait. Bishop E6. Check. King goes here. King goes front. Goes to there. D5. Check. King F6. Bishop H3. King F7. Rook G8. Bishop E6. King takes. Can also be played. Should be some standard. King 6. Okay. King goes to C4, maybe. King goes to D2. Okay, just take in that pawn. Let's just leave it. And D4. King goes to F2, E3. King goes F2. F2 can Maybe bishop will go to d3, f2. Okay, bishop e4 takes. Then f2 is unstuck. Look here, of course. f2, rook is here, and e2. Look f1, e2. And I think he should just resign since the game is over. The game is over. Okay, let's go to this board and analyze this game. So let's just request a computer analysis. Okay, inaccuracy is one mistake and one blunder. Let's learn from all my mistakes. So here queen into g2 is not a good move. Maybe queen h5 check. Yeah. Okay. And after queen h2, queen to f5. Yeah. The game is over for white basically. And that's it. That's the only mistake I made. And I also made one blunder here. Queen h3. After f5, queen h3 is bad. What force checkmate it is? Rook to g8. Okay. Oh my god, it's just force checkmate. Yeah. Rook g8. If I played rook g8 and the game would have finished way back. Yeah, I missed it. Okay, let's play another game then. Okay, let's go to the b4, b6, b4, n6, n6, g6, and maybe just um, f3. Bishop g7, bishop e2, bishop g4. Bishop e2, knight g7 h3, takes, castles, and b7 he played castle, castle. Bishop to g5, e5, knight to d5, can be played, takes, knight to d5, c6, knight goes to f4, d3 maybe. Knight f4, h6, okay, that's the problem. Maybe this knight to a3, g4. Let's just knight to back to c3. Queen e2, rook d1. Okay, queen to b6. Takes, knight takes, pawn takes, and takes on b2. Knight goes to a4, queen goes to b5. Or maybe queen takes, knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes, queen to d4, rook to d8, queen c4. It's too much. Maybe just b3. Knight goes to a4, queen b5, c4 will come, knight takes. Still bad. Knight a4, knight b2, knight d3 can also come. Maybe knight into is bad. Maybe knight to d5 takes, knight takes, knight d5, takes. It's bad. No tactics for now. Maybe he will just play rook at d8. Okay, let's clean the victory. Oh, yeah, analysis board. What does it say? Does it say I played a bad move? Let's see. Yeah, it says I played a bad move. b3. What does it suggest? Queen into d6, into b2, queen into e5. Okay. What does it? G takes. And just take this move. Oh, and we said this knight on f6. Okay, queen takes not played. e8. And bishop takes this to k6. Knight d5, rook takes, knight takes. Pawn takes leads to bishop e7, so bad. So no a takes, just bishop takes. Knight to c4, rook d4, b3. Takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, rook takes, rook takes. Okay, it's just, oh, that's it. Okay, c5, 3d6, knight takes, knight to 6, 3, 5, knight b3, bishop b6, b3, bishop b7, queen d2, castle, stable bow, b5, and b1, queen c7, g4, queen c7. Knight c6, knight b7, knight c5, g5, b4, and if knight goes to e2, knight a4, yeah, attack is a important here. I knew he's going to play that move. Okay, he played knight a4, knight a5, knight b6, Knight takes, pawn takes, rook b8, knight a4. Bishop into pawn, maybe. a5. Knight takes, queen takes, knight b6, queen into a2. Yeah, that's the problem. I hate played most. Bishop b6 is the threat. Knight into knight, bishop into queen, knight into queen, rook into is equal. But this pawn is dying. We have to play knight e8, that's sorry. So, very bad. Okay, knight into leads to c into. Maybe knight c4, bishop into. Queen into leads to knight b6. Knight c4, bishop into, bishop into. Yeah, maybe c4, bishop takes, bishop takes. Maybe knight d7 should have been played, stopping this control over b6. So he has taken with the bishop. Let's take with the bishop, knight b6, rook b8, knight takes, queen takes, g5, knight d7. Yeah, a5, knight c5 can also be played. But here g6 is coming. Okay. He played this move. This a5, queen a3. Go here, queen a5. Then maybe just queen c6. I thought so. I thought about this move. Into c6 maybe. c5 takes. And c3 can be played now. But when maybe after rook b5, no, not here. So he can make the c3. If I know c8, tough. Maybe bishop d8, queen b4, rook b8, queen a3. Queen goes to a3. Knight goes to c5. Bishop takes, pawn takes. If a4 is coming. Bishop to e7. Knight takes, pawn takes. Queen goes to e5, let's say. Knight to b7. a3 and a5. It's getting started again. Knight takes, pawn takes. Maybe that would be better for him. Knight to a5. Yeah, game is over. d5. Okay, d8. d5 should have been played right here. Yeah, I missed it. Yeah, I missed that. Okay, bye guys. I'm ending the stream.